In MMD orals, the seafarers who have sailed on bulk carriers, they can always expect the SOLAS Chapter 12 to be asked. The SOLAS Chapter 12 is Additional Safety Measures for Bulk Carrier. It was adopted in November 1997 and it came into force on 1st July 1999. It has the damage stability requirement which are applicable to bulk carriers. The bulk carriers which are 150 meter in length and above, which are single skin constructed and before 1st July 1999 and having age of 10 years and above, they shall not carry the solid bulk cargoes which are having high density of 1780 kg per meter cube. Until and above, they have undergone a survey as per the ESP. But for the ships which are constructed after 1st July 1999, which are double-sided skin constructed and having 150 meter in length and above, they should carry the solid bulk cargoes having density of 1000 kg per meter cube and above. Therefore, here the high density cargo is having two definitions. The ships which are before 1st July 1999, they should not carry more than 1780. But the ships which are constructed after 1st July 1999, they shall carry the high density cargo of 1000 kg per meter cube and above. Apart from this, the shipper has to declare the density of the cargo, and along with he has to also declare other information which are required by chapter 6 of IMSBC code. The other information include the cargo properties, the moisture content of the cargo, the transportable moisture level which is TML, the HME and non-HME which is harmful to marine environment which is included latest. The transportation moisture level has to be monitored, else we can expect the cargo to be wet. Like you can see in these pictures, the whole cargo was not having a proper transportable moisture level. This is why the cargo here is wet. Next it says there should be availability of the pumping system in the void and the ballast spaces. There should be a loading instrument on board, which is commonly called loadicator. It says the bulk carriers of 150 meter in length and above shall be fitted with a loading instrument which is capable of providing the information the hull girder, shear forces and other bending moments which are taken into account for the recommendation by the organization. You can see in this picture, we should have a computer software on board on which we can have the shear forces and other calculation on the bulk carriers during the loading time. The most important point says there should be a water ingress alarm system in hold, ballast and the dry or the void spaces. The regulations says the water level detector in the cargo hold should be, first alarm should be at 0.5 meters and the second alarm should be at 15% or 2 meters, whichever is lower. The next point says there should be water level detector in ballast tank and there should be audio visual alarm when the liquid in the forward ballast tank reaches a level not exceeding 10% of the tank capacity. Lastly, it says the water level detectors in the dry or the void spaces, for example, the bosun's door. In each and every dry space or the void space of bulk carrier, any part of which extends forward of the foremost cargo hold, giving the audiovisual alarm at the water depth of 0.1 meter in that space. So these values should be remembered during explanation of orals. In this picture you can see the water ingress alarms are situated in the cargo hold and your ballast tank and the bosun's door or the dry store. And this is how the audiovisual alarm is activated with the control system.